I'd love to hear your thoughts at the end of this video. That's really an interesting question, and honestly, the answer is no. When I came round from my chest surgery, it didn't feel alien at all. Of course, there was discomfort and the physical sensations of recovery, the tightness, bondages and soreness, but underneath all that, there was a deep sense of peace and relief. It didn't feel foreign, it felt like a long, awaited correction, like my body was finally starting to match how I felt on the inside. It's a while before the dressings come off, so at first you don't get to fully see the results. I remember going to my GP for a follow-up and the nurse carefully taking the dressings off. Even though everything was still swollen, and I knew it would take time for everything to settle, I could see the potential straight away. The tears of joy that filled my eyes were a reaction I didn't expect. In that moment, I thought to myself, finally, goodbye binders. I think to give you some context, I had quite a big chest before. If I remember correctly, I was a 32 double D. So the relief was absolutely incredible. The weight, both physically and mentally, was lifted. Binders had been a part of my daily life for so long, and while they helped me feel more comfortable with my appearance, they were also very restrictive, uncomfortable, and often painful. Something I didn't expect was what happened to my body after I stopped wearing the binder. Because I had been wearing it all day, every day, for a long time, my body wasn't used to breathing freely. Suddenly, without the binder, I broke out in loads and loads of tiny little spots in the area where it had been. It wasn't nice, but it was a small price to pay for the freedom I finally had. It was my body getting used to breathing again, and in itself was a sign of how much strain binders had put me under. Even with that discomfort, it was absolutely worth it. I remember looking down, and even though the area was still healing, I just knew that this was right. I didn't feel shocked or disconnected. It was more like I was meeting a version of myself that I had always envisioned. The version that I had been working towards. The relief outweighed everything, even the pain. That being said, there were moments during recovery where I had to adjust to physical changes. It's a process, getting used to the way you look and move, seeing the scars and understanding that this is a part of your new reality. But instead of feeling alien, it felt like my body was finally mine. For the first time, I could take a deep breath and feel comfortable in my own skin. So no, it didn't feel alien. It felt familiar, like coming home to myself after a long, long journey. Hope that answers your question. Again, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you next week. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment.